Chapter 1: Nutrition in Plants. Food is essential for all living organisms. The food we eat contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. These components are called nutrients. Nutrients. The food contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. These components of food are called nutrients. Now let us see what are the importance of nutrients. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, that is, for growth, nutrients are needed. To repair damaged parts of their bodies and provide the energy to carry out life processes. All these nutrients must reach the body of the organism in one way or other. That is what we call nutrition. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. There are two modes of nutrition. They are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which an organism makes food themselves from simple substances is called autotrophic nutrition. Example: nutrition in plants. We all know plants make food by using water and minerals from the soil, carbon dioxide from the air, and light from the sun. Heterotrophic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which an organism depends on other organisms for food is called heterotrophic nutrition. Example: nutrition in animals. We have seen plants make food using light from the sun, carbon dioxide from air, water and nutrients from the soil. Autotrophs. The organisms which can make food themselves from simple substances are called autotrophs. For example, all green plants. Heterotrophs. The organisms which cannot make food themselves are called heterotrophs. They depend on other organisms for food. Example: animals and non-green plants like fungi. Photosynthesis. The process by which plants make their own food using light from the sun, carbon dioxide present in the air, water and minerals from the soil, chlorophyll present in the leaves is called photosynthesis. Now let us see the equation representing photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight gives carbohydrates and oxygen. Here oxygen is a byproduct. Other modes of nutrition in plants. See this yellow wiry structure. This plant has no chlorophyll in it. They take nutrients from the host plants. Here the host is the tree itself. Such plants are called parasites. For example, Cuscuta. Do you know? Roundworms are parasites that live in pets like dogs and cats. insectivorous plants. Some plants can trap insects and digest them. They consume nutrients from the soil and from the digested insects. Such plants are called insectivorous plants. For example, pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. In Venus flytrap, there is a trap which traps the insect inside this. Similarly, in pitcher plant, there is a jug-like structure. Whenever an insect goes inside, this lid automatically closes and traps the insect inside. Saprotropic nutrition. The mode of nutrition in which organisms take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter is called saprotropic nutrition. Example, nutrition in fungi. We can see some mushrooms growing on decaying wood, fungus on a slice of bread. Saprotropes. The organisms that take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter are called saprotropes. Example, fungi. See, fungus on bread and mushrooms growing on decaying wood. Symbiosis. Some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. This relationship is called symbiosis. For example, certain fungi live inside the root of plants. The plants provide nutrition to the fungus, and in return, the fungus provides water and certain nutrients. Let us see another example. In an organism called lichens, a chlorophyll containing partner, which is an alga, and a fungus live together. The fungus provides shelter, water and minerals to the alga, and in return, the alga prepares and provides food to the fungus. How nutrients are replenished in the soil. Plants absorb nitrogen dissolved in the soil. The bacterium called Rhizobium can take atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into usable form. But the Rhizobium cannot make its own food. It often lives in the roots of gram, peas, beans and other legumes and provide them with nitrogen. In return, they provide food and shelter to the bacteria. Hence, the soil remains rich in nitrogen. Reflection. Do you have any idea how much nutrients in the vegetables are lost when you cook them? If you have any answers, please post your answers in the comment section.